All right, so our marketing group did Netflix as our presentation, and our group members are Logan,
Isabel,
Jake,
Haley,
McKenna.
All right, so Netflix is the world's largest subscription-based streaming service for TV series and movies. Netflix started its first streaming service, WatchNow, with only 1,000 titles and has grown it to 14,000 titles in 2020 and is responsible for close to 1 billion hours of weekly watch time. Netflix's innovation and marketing technique has helped to make it be one of the most profitable companies in its market, being worth $125 billion today. History. So Netflix was founded in 1997 by Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph as a DVD rental service with the unique business idea of no return dates and no late fees. It quickly moved into subscription, monthly subscription-based plan, and with the idea that you can order as many movies as you want. There's no charge for it. You just have to return your last DVD before you get a new one. In 2007, WatchNow was launched, and it was kind of a radical idea in the time because the streaming technology in that time was not anywhere close to where it needed to be in terms of quality and resolution. But Netflix in 2007 invested close to $40 million to better technology and quality of video, and also to have more access on streaming platforms. In 2013, Netflix launched its original content creation, its first being the House of Cards, and that has grown to be an incredibly large part of what Netflix is doing today. In 2020, they invested $17.3 billion, and it continues to be a large part of what they're doing today. Netflix offers 3 different plans to choose from. The 3 plans, uniqueness in each one is video quality and resolution, but there's not that much difference between the 3 of them. The most important thing between the plans is how many different people can watch at a time on there, and for it being 1, 2, and 4 for the different plans. It is worthy to note that Netflix still does DVD rental, but it's such a small portion of what they do in the whole scheme of things. During COVID-19, usage of Netflix has rose 72%, which is good for them. Over the next years, Netflix hopes to increase their original content creation and to continue to thrive in its market.
For environmental analysis, Netflix has a lot of competition. Their main competition being Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO. So the one thing that Disney and Hulu have that's more that's higher quality and more interesting for customers is that Hulu and Disney work together. So for the price of one, you get Hulu, Disney, and ESPN, versus with Netflix, you only get Netflix with your monthly subscription rate. For the economics, right now the biggest factor is the coronavirus. As Logan said, viewing has gone up 72%, but as time progresses and if things don't improve economically and people are continuing to be out of jobs and not having as much money, things like Netflix will be the first thing to go when they're cutting their budgets. Netflix also has to pay attention to where we are in the business cycle, if we're in a recession or if we are in expansion, because that will also contribute to how people are spending their money. Technological advances are really important for Netflix because they influence the platforms, the speed, the image quality. As Logan said, when they first started streaming, their image quality and speed was not as good because the technology wasn't there, but as it advances, Netflix is able to improve their quality and therefore increase their customer base. Platforms is also very important because when they started, they just did DVD rentals, and as technology advances, we can now watch Netflix on our iPhones, iPads, computers, smart TVs, and we can stream from a ton of different locations. For socioculture, it's really important for them to pay attention to what they're streaming and where they're offering it. Religion, economics, education, the political system, and language have a big influence on what things are important to people and how people view the world. One thing that we may consider acceptable for modesty or amount of clothes someone is wearing, another country would find that just despicable, and the viewing wouldn't be very good in that country. So they need to pay attention to what is important in that country's values as well as what they're streaming. For economics and education and political system, we have different things like there's different movies that would be acceptable playing here, but not in other countries. For an example of difference of the way people view the world is in Russian, light blue and blue are two different words, and so they view them as two different colors, but in English, we view them as different shades of the same color. So that kind of goes for jokes in one country and in one language may not transfer over into another.
The 4 Ps of the marketing mix. We have product first. One of the things that really sets Netflix apart from other things like it is that it is a very unique product. It, as Logan mentioned, it is one of the first streaming services available, and they have a lot of original content, which is what makes it very desirable because you can't watch those movies and TV shows anywhere else. Place, most of the marketing is primarily internet based because it's an internet service. It just makes sense for it to be marketed on the internet. It's available in the US, Canada, a lot of other countries, not everywhere, but they're slowly expanding. As far as promotion goes, they've done lots of different varieties of marketing. They've done more traditional digital media, like advertisements on websites, video advertisements. But one of the things that has really set it apart from its competition is its use of viral marketing via social media. They have a tendency to create posts that really appeal to the audience in regards to humor, content, stuff. They post stuff that people would like and that people can relate to, and that allows people to really spread the message in ways that a normal marketing campaign wouldn't be able to do. As mentioned, there are several different price plans for Netflix. As of right now, the plans range from $8 to $16 a month. I know that prices expected to go up either next month or in January, but over the years, like I just mentioned, the prices have gone up, and it really has increased at a rate that is higher than inflation, but they have been able to introduce new features like higher quality video. More people are allowed to stream at the same time on the same plan, stuff like that. So they're marketing it in a way that is competing with their businesses in the similar market, but they're really doing it in a different way.
Netflix's current marketing strategy aims at providing excellent customer service by executing valuable propositions. Some of these propositions are Users can stream 24/7 with 0 ads. Users can stream content anywhere they please, whether it be phone, TV, or gaming console. New users can get 1 month free, and you can cancel anytime. One of the main keys for Netflix is to maintain their current partnerships. Some of these partnerships consist of Sony, Google, Microsoft, Apple, and Android. With the help of all of these partnerships, Netflix was able to increase subscriptions, being that those are the companies that run all the gaming consoles, phones, TVs, tablets, and so on and so forth. A key resource for Netflix is the use of algorithms. This helps Netflix gather information about what their user likes to show them highly relevant recommendations, which keeps the user hooked to the platform. With the help of these algorithms, Netflix plans to release something. If Netflix plans to release something new, that is according to the likeliness of the user, that user will get an automated email newsletter to let them know that there's something that they might like. Lastly, Netflix currently has 125 million subscribers in 190 countries, and they're on track to be 200 million subscribers by 2024. Good. Okay. Strengths. Netflix is a streaming service that arrived into the market very early in the game when there wasn't much competition. The association with their brand is really positive, considering Netflixing has become a verb in our society. They have a great delivery system. Several other services like Hulu has built-in advertisements, and Amazon pulls up shows that you need to pay for. Netflix gets to the point when you're searching for shows, making it very easy to choose one and watch. They have some seriously successful original content. Of this content they've put out, like Stranger Things and Tiger King. While they offer their own content from other places, which gives viewers the availability to select from. Weaknesses, Netflix has a very limited movie selection. They don't have top movies or films that make viewers excited to watch them. They don't offer discount services like other platforms. Hulu offers student discounts that give you Spotify and HBO for $4.99 a month. They rely heavily on third-party content, which means it could be easy for those that own the copyrights to these shows and movies to have them removed from Netflix. Netflix doesn't give many price options to its subscribers. They only offer 3 options, which is a bit limited. As Netflix tries to transition to having more of its own content, they are spending millions of dollars putting out new material so they don't rely so heavily on third-party sources. This is putting them in some serious debt. Opportunities. Being such a big company, Netflix has the opportunity to link up with other services and offer special promos or deals. That could attract more subscribers. They really need to reach out to production companies and see if they can access more movies to put onto their systems, or if they can make their own that are worth watching. They only offer Netflix in South American countries and a few European countries. Making the service available to other countries would attract more customers. They have a prevalent social media presence, and while Netflix doesn't do in-show advertisements, it would be beneficial for them to possibly do advertising promos on their social media pages. This would help them link up with other companies and also put money towards their growing debt. And then threats. The streaming industry is growing to the point where it will eventually overtake cable television. New services are popping left and right, and Netflix will always have to keep up with this constant and exponential competition. COVID-19 has greatly delayed several of their production and filming schedules, which pushing these release dates back has lowered quarterly earnings greatly. Disney Plus is a huge threat to them right now, considering they're one of their big name companies that is marketing and exceptionally well and takes a large amount of content Netflix cannot gain rights to. Content viewers want to see. Again, Netflix is very reliant on third-party content, and as new streaming services emerge, like NBC's new one, the popular shows like The Office will have to be removed from Netflix and be taken down.
For the case study, I chose to focus on Disney Plus. Some things that Disney Plus is doing that Netflix really isn't is they're putting out original content that viewers want to see. A lot of them are like fan favorites and stuff like that that people want to see. They're also offering co-branded bundles with Hulu and ESPN Plus, as Kaylee said. You know, you kind of get you get 3 services for the price that Netflix originally offers right now, which is $12.99 a month. So you're really just getting more bang for your buck. You're getting more worth out of it. Some marketing strategies that Disney Plus used to approach the launch of their company or their streaming service, they treated it as the company's most important product to date. Disney has a lot of amusement parks, events that it, you know, runs, and at these specific events, they had like trial runs of Disney Plus to get viewers excited about what they could be looking forward to if they signed on. They also had that personal interaction aspect where they had team members at like Disney World answering questions about Disney Plus to people that had questions about it. And that personal interaction is like something you really can't beat. It makes a customer feel cared for. And they, like I said, it was like they had like Disney Plus flavored, but like shaped treats. They had employees dressed in costumes. Like it was just really big and advertised. Some things that Disney Plus is not doing, they don't really offer a lot of diverse voices. A lot of complaints you hear about Disney Plus is that they don't have a lot of diverse characters. They don't have a lot of diverse voices like LGBT or minority characters. This is something that Netflix does in shows like Atypical, where the main character is on the spectrum. They also don't output content at as fast a rate. Netflix has like 16 new shows coming out just this month of their own or new seasons. Netflix has release dates years later, so they're just not putting content out as fast. They are releasing original content, but it's not as popular. Shows like their High School Musical, the series, isn't really as popular as an original material as like things Netflix is putting out, like Stranger Things. And they're also really not reaching a wider audience. Disney Plus is very much in the PG-13 range, and it relies heavily on people that want to watch it for nostalgia. Whereas Netflix has, you know, shows and movies that reach out to kids, that reach out to adults, people from all walks of life. So if you're comparing and contrasting the two, you know, Netflix is working on its original content right now, whereas Disney Plus is really just relying on, you know, the centuries worth of content that it has, which is great, but it limits them a bit because they're really just trying to attract an audience for that nostalgia factor. Netflix does, like I know Jake said a lot, rely heavily on third-party content, which is kind of a disadvantage because Netflix has most of its material copyrighted. But this is something that Netflix is continually working towards. Netflix has an advantage because they do release content weekly. They release so much content monthly, and Disney Plus, like I said before, has content that it's waiting years to put out. Also, Netflix releases relatively new content, something that, you know, like content that viewers can relate to, modern content. Netflix, you know, has, or Disney Plus has like a century's worth of content. So it has like a vast library that it can tap into, which is kind of an advantage considering Netflix is trying to build up that like vault of content. Netflix does offer diverse voices, like I said before, in shows like On My Block, where almost every main character is like a part of a minority group. In Disney, you see like a lot of common tropes for characters. And then Netflix, again, has a very rigid branding. You know, it doesn't do a lot of co-branding, whereas Disney Plus does, you know, co-branding with Hulu and ESPN Plus. Netflix really doesn't do that. It's kind of its standalone company, but it would be really beneficial if they could co-brand or connect with these other services or companies to offer their viewers more.
Apologies, I was muted. Netflix overall has been doing a pretty good job. It has been turning a profit every year, but we do think that there are some ways that we could improve the service. One of the popular features of Twitter, for example, is regional trending. You can see what's trending in your area, your country, your state, anything like that. So we were thinking that something similar could be used for Netflix. See what other people are watching in your area. So it's just a simple little idea, but you know, it's an idea. Thank you.